Hey friends, welcome back to the Mindset Podcast. I am your host, Sally Allen. And today we are going to talk about something that most of us, especially women, are uncomfortable with. When it comes to asking for raises and promotions, we have a difficult time. And sometimes the reason is that women sometimes feel that we need to wait until we're 99.9% ready to ask for that raise or promotion. A man, on the other hand, would be 60 to 70% ready or feel like they're 60 to 70% ready, and they will ask for that raise and promotion. So it's mid-year. And I want you to really think about starting to prepare yourself to ask for the promotion and raise that you deserve. Now, you should have had in mind where you want to go on the roadmap of your career in that business by now. Your boss should have known in January where you wanted to go. But that's okay. If you don't know, it's still not too late. We can start now. See, one of my clients prompted me to record this episode because her question to me was, Sally, what do I need to do to prepare myself? This was a few weeks ago. And my question to her was, what are your wins on the board? And she looked at me and she said, what do you mean? Now, wins on the board are not your daily BAU, your daily business as usual. You're paid to do certain scope of your job. The wins on the board are when you go above and beyond. For example, are you running an ERG group that no one knows about? That's a win on the board. That's an employee who's going above and beyond. Are you working on a project, your cross-pollination with another department that your boss doesn't even know about? You are lending your hands, your expertise, and your skill set. That's a win on the board. A win on the board, did you go above and beyond on this project to make sure that it was done just right? Those are wins on the board. And sometimes we think that they don't qualify for anything because you are just helping out. No one's going to advocate for you more than you're advocating for yourself. So, as you prepare for 2027 January, and I don't know what fiscal cycle your company runs on, but whatever it is, if it's January, it is not too late to have a conversation with your boss to ask, am I on track for my promotion and raise for next year? It's okay to ask that. It's okay to ask also, if I am not on track, what do I need to do to get on track? Hopefully, you have been having regular one-on-ones with your boss to know where you stand. Does what you are doing, your strategy you are working on, does it align with the business strategy? Does it align with your department strategy? Does it even align with what your boss wants? Regular one-on-ones would ensure that I get this all the time. Sally, my boss is so busy. I can't get him on the phone, or I can't get that meeting. I would say persist. Get the meeting. Even if it's 15 minutes, get the meeting on the calendar or send an email out and ask, is what I am working on aligns with what your thoughts are for where we're going for the next half of the year? Next, I really want you to think about quality. Sorry, erase that part. Let's do this. Next, I want you to think about clarity. When you started this year, did you think about the clarity of where you want to go? What title do you want next? How much money do you want to make? Do you want to continue to be an individual contributor, or are you working towards being a manager? And if you are, what steps do you need to work with to be that manager? Now, the company might have a roadmap. If you don't know what that is, go talk to HR and ask, what are the requirements for that next position? Then again, Remember, this is all about communication because you're going to hear me say several times go talk to your manager and make sure it aligns to where he's going and where the business is going. Clarity is so important, knowing what you want. Did you also have clarity about how much you want to be making? And ask for it. I will tell you what, every time there comes time for promotion and raises, there's always room for negotiation. A lot of times, we don't ask because we go in with the scarcity mindset and we go in with a fearful mindset that if we ask, we would appear as if we're greedy or we're ungrateful. Or we could ask ourselves out of the job. We ask too much and they might think that, well, we can't afford to pay you. That is most of the times not the case. When you negotiate your pay raise and when you negotiate your title, what you are showing is leadership in play. I want you to remember that. When you negotiate, you are saying, these are my standards. These are my values. This is what I will accept. I want to say this. If you're new to a job, don't be afraid to say, I'm going to work for 1 year to show you what I can do and to show you what I bring to the table before I ask for a raise and promotion. And don't be afraid if you go in a little lower on your salary, because after a year, you've proven yourself. And key, you have tracked your wins on the board and you bring it back to them to show what a badass you are. They will have no choice but to give you that raise and promotion because you will have become the most valuable employee there. Okay, every evidence, every project, every result, every win in between January and now is evidence. Organize it, put it in a catalog, and be ready to present it. And listen, we hate tooting our own horn. I do too. But guess what? If you don't, no one else will. No one's looking at you and tracking your wins. Not even your boss. I have never met a boss who sat there and tracked my wins. I'll say that again. I've never met a boss who sat there and tracked my wins. I had to keep track of my wins and then bring it to the forefront. And it worked for me. The first time I did it, I worked for a year to show my boss that I can do it. I know they were paying me on the lower end than what I deserved. And then I went back and I brought my data and said, this is where I went above and beyond. This is what I did. This is what the market is paying, and this is what you're paying me. Meet me in the middle. I wasn't being greedy. I was being professional, and he appreciated that more than anything else. The next one is positioning. Use this runway to increase visibility and decision in front of the decision maker. That is, who are the decision makers in the business? It's important. As you are gaining your wins on the board, not only your boss should know what you're doing, but the decision makers in the business. They need to know who you are and what you have been doing. So it's okay, talk to your boss about what you are doing, let them know, track your wins on the board, but make sure that the people who really needs to know, that they know who you are and what a badass kick-ass employee you are. So listen, stay tuned for more. That's all I have for today. If this episode has even sparked anything within you to do something, please be sure to like, share, and promote, download, whatever you do with this. Okay, that closing, I'm going to redo the closing. Remove that. Well, friends, that's all for today. Remember, if this episode sparks anything in you, be sure to share it with someone. Like and download. And remember, I always say, if you change your mindset, you can change your life. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Have an amazing day.